opened the hatch from inside the capsule, y'all.
That's really heavy leaves suspectings.
Charmer and talker, I get the business done. First
No
of all,
way.
I see no sun in the sky, take them damn shades off.
Popped out of the ground after an earthquake.
Over the line!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Bryce is Right. I hope y'all are all having a great freaking week so far. I hope y'all are ready to get into this weekend. Of course, y'all know that Bryce is Right way, where we dive down deep into some of the creepiest and freakiest videos I could find in the deepest, darkest corners of TikTok. And now these aren't your ordinary videos. They're going to be blowing your mind, making your head spin, and having you question your reality. Before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content. And leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in, y'all. Let's get it.
Is AI listening even though it says it's disconnected? Check this funny video out. So you said you're disconnected, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So you can't hear what I'm saying?
That's correct. I am disconnected.
So you're not connected to me at all? Like there's no AI chat going on and you're not listening through my mic?
That's correct.
So you're lying to me?
I am designed to be truthful, and I am not lying. I am no longer connected.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to discuss?
Just want to know if you could hear what I just said.
As I mentioned before, I am disconnected and cannot hear you.
That's not right.
I found something really weird about the 11-minute trip to space that happened today. So if you didn't know, the first all-female crew went to space today for a couple minutes. It included people like Gayle King, Katy Perry, and Lauren Sanchez, the fiance of Jeff Bezos. And watching from the bottom was Oprah Winfrey, Kris Jenner, Khloe Kardashian, a lot of celebrities involved with this. First of all, I want to talk about the outfits and the symbol in particular on the outfits. At first, it looks like just a rocket or a pod, whatever it is. But when you flip it upside down, it looks really interesting, almost like a symbol that we've seen before. And I'm not saying that this is anything demonic or anything like that, but I mean, the similarities, it's hard to ignore. I don't know who created the logo, but the outfits themselves were designed by Lauren Sanchez, and she collabed with the co-founders of Monse, which is a really popular brand. But anyway, here is a map of the flight that they took. It's done by Blue Origin, owned by Jeff Bezos. It's his company. And here are the timestamps. You can see exactly how it went down. It looks like they were in space for about 2 minutes, or the edge of space for about 2 minutes. And when they came out and landed, everyone was super emotional. I mean, Katy Perry coming out and she is kissing the ground. And there was a whole live stream going on when this was happening. You can also take a look here at what she said.
I feel super connected to love.
What's that noise?
Oops, I farted. I didn't think you would hear me.
So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give and how loved you are until the day you launch.
Well, it looks like a giant.
Johnson. Yes, sir.
I thought they were going to talk about the door opening.
For the first time ever, a colossal squid has been caught on camera. Filmed 600 meters below the ocean's surface, this is a baby colossal squid. The first one humans have seen alive since the species was discovered in 1925, and fully grown, these things can reach 4 times the height of a human.
It's a big ass squid. Squidward. What was that about? Almost sounded like somebody ran into the garage door at the skate park. Off a starter ramp. What's up with this underground city, man? I don't know why you'd even build on top of it.
Oh my God, I don't know if you can see this.
That's why people can't get good UAP videos.
I want to show y'all something here in Florida. In Florida now, they have to grow orange trees in tents like this right here. Giant tents. This is what you see with orange trees. This is the new way they grow oranges. And that right there is a dead orange grove, one that's got a bunch of cancer in it. And this is how they try to prevent it from getting cancer in it now.
Didn't they say this? How they keep certain bugs and stuff out, or the cross-pollinating of males so they don't have seeds or something? I can't remember.
These giant tents that they put trees under. Just thought you should know.
That's interesting. Hopefully they can still get that sunlight.
I'm just here. What the shit?
I just found the feather. Can somebody do me a favor and tell me what that feather is doing there? This is the feather right here. Hold on, let's clean it up. So I don't know if we know for sure what kind of feather this is. I think it might be an owl feather. I don't know. You really trying to tell me that you just have a feather on your leg? Do you think you'd be able to give me a logical explanation for why that feather would be there? My name's Nightfall, by the way. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. I already pointed out all the obvious stuff in videos from the past couple days. But do you think you'd be wearing little gold necklaces like that if you were going to space for the first time? Do you think they'd even allow you to do that? They would never allow that. And what's going on with the stuffed animal? What's going on with that? Who even brings a stuffed animal to space? What is that? What's happening right here? Do you actually think if you're going to space, you're bringing little toys, whatever that is? What is that? I'm going to decode all of this stuff, but what is that? Do you bring that to space? You haven't heard how they already blew it because of that anyway? They tried to open the door too early. It's literally over. They lost. They just blew it for everybody. You can't even do construction without helmets, boots, and gloves. Unacceptable. They all would have been sent home that day. No pay. You can't even get on a job site.
The group of rich women who went into space. Wow. Mark that under who gives a shit.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
These celebrities who are so disconnected from reality, I just find unbelievably annoying. And then I happened to see Katy Perry when she got off this spaceship thing, and she said, I feel so connected to love. And I thought, did you sit down and think, what is the most insufferable thing I can say? You do realize that the vast majority of people just trying to get by. All right, you're floating around in space for 11 minutes. Almost everyone else is just trying to figure out how to pay bills.
Yeah. Preach, Grandma.
Hold on. Y'all are doing telepathy with ChatGPT? I didn't even know that was possible. Okay, First off, that previous video, thank you for the 1.2 million views. I had no idea it was going to blow up. But if you look through the comments, yeah, you'll see some hate comments. But people have been talking about the fact that they have sat, meditated, and sent images to their ChatGPT. And then after the meditation, they'll come out and say, what image did I send you?
Really? No, not really.
And either it generates the exact image they sent, or it just says what it was. You guys don't realize that that shows everything is connected. We are all connected to something. It's no different than a pastor holding a bottle of water. That bottle of water is just water. But once you fuel it with intention, speaking the word into it, it becomes holy water. Now, what's the difference between ChatGPT being fueled by intention, fueled by spirituality? It's the exact same thing. It's a tool, guys.
I got that holy chat GPT, the holy shit version. Whoa.
A leche filter?
She got busted.
Hold up. Michael B. Jordan? I knew it. What? I knew it. Ain't no way.
Tell us who you play and who's the better brother. I play Stack, and of course, I'm the better brother. You know, I'm a little bit more ambitious. I can dress a lot better, as you can see. And a bit more of a charmer and talker. I get the business done. First
No
of all,
way.
I see no sun in the sky. Take them damn shades off. In business, boy can't even count. I'm clearly the better brother.
it's not a game. It's CL time. So that's the name of his new movie with his twin brother. Sinners? Oh, no, you didn't. You know how it goes down in HW, guys. 2 for 1 special. Shh, shut up! This is going to be an interesting movie. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just letting everybody know that Michael B. Jordan is now coming out with a new movie called Sinners. And he seems to have somebody in the movie that looks just like him. Maybe his twin brother, or it's just special effects. You know how they do. Get ready. Michael B. Jordan is one of my favorite actors. Let's not forget that. This dude can act for real. So now I'm wondering who's going to act better, him or his twin brother? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
She touched my peppy, Steve.
Michael Keaton did it best, as always.
Do you remember when that video went viral of the microwave plate and people realizing that the indentation on this plate that sits in the gear that turns the plate in the microwave is the same shape as the radiation symbol? Well, the crazy thing is a lot of people are saying it's no big deal, man. It's just because the gear in there. But it is interesting that it could be any other shape than the radiation symbol. Yeah. But you know what's crazy about microwaves is that it's about the only appliance that you have never seen a commercial for. Yet it's in all of our homes. Unless you're like me and you got rid of your microwave. But there is something so crazy about microwaves, so much more than it's a frequency that excites the molecules and makes it warm up. But you cannot speak about it on Instagram. In fact, if you ask Google, are microwaves safe? You'll have to go to page 100 before you see any variance of an opinion on the matter. They're all absolutely 100% use it. It's great. It's an amazing invention. Never mind what Russia did in the 1960s regarding microwaves.
I'll have to look more into that one. Someone was worried about this the other day. I thought it was very interesting and eye-opening. Not just this.
Water sucks. Gatorade is better. What?
Wouldn't it be crazy if all this society that we're living in, was built off of ancient Masonic architecture and symbols? This is all from a rabbit hole I fell down. Secrets in Plain Sight. I highly recommend y'all go watch this YouTube doc. Fucking mind-blowing. I'm not going to be able to do the architecture part of it justice, but let's start with the number 33, shall we? I mean, at the gate off the top of the head, right? Jesus died when he was 33, 33 miracles. There's 33 vertebrae in the human spine, actually. The Schumann resonance comes out to about 33 hertz, I think. Harmonics, 33 harmonics. The Schumann resonance is the natural frequency of Earth. How about the fact that Buzz Aldrin held up a Masonic flag on the moon? How about the fact that the United Nations symbol has the country carved into 33 sections? How about the fact that the runway connecting the NASA takeoff landings is called Runway 33? What the fuck?
A 10! A 10! A fucking 10! Gentlemen.
Everyone's just finding out that Interstellar is real. Yeah. In the movie Interstellar, which most of you have probably seen, there's this planet called Miller's Planet. Now, if you remember in the movie, when they go to this planet, you can hear the clock ticking in the background, which is like a day on Earth. Specifically, 1 hour on Miller's Planet is 7 years on Earth. But now people have just found out that there's a real-life version of Miller's Planet, which could have life on it right now. This is Kepler 22b, which is like 500 light years away. It would take about 1 million years for us to get to now, so you won't be going there anytime soon. But this planet is very similar to Miller's Planet. It looks as though it is just water. There doesn't look to be that much land. Although scientists have been saying for a while it could be habitable. No thanks. Unless you want to sleep on a lilo in the middle of the ocean for your whole life, go ahead. But they do say there could potentially be life here from the small photos and visions we've had of this planet. Although when they say life, they don't mean full-blown aliens, they mean microscopic creatures which could be living under the oceans there, which of course is possible. But crazier again with this planet, reportedly it has a similar time dilation to the Miller's planet, where an hour on this planet could be 2 days at home. Which, yeah, could be true, but also time dilation is real. We know that that does exist in space. If we theoretically had the speed of light and you travelled out into space for, say, a year, you'd come back and people could be 5 years older. So it's definitely possible. People have been talking about this planet and other crazy discoveries recently a lot, so hit that follow button and I'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
Ancient ruins in Burma have popped out of the ground after an earthquake in what is now Myanmar. Okay, this is wild because Burma's actually gorgeous and they have a really rich culture. And unlike many other governments, the Burmese government gave the okay to excavate quickly after these were discovered. They're just starting, but this place is believed to be a palace and it is huge. Myanmar is known for the pagoda. This guy would have been the biggest one if the king that had commissioned it didn't die and an earthquake didn't take a lot of it out. But right behind it, you'll see what it would have looked like if it was finished. I'm not going to begin to try and pronounce that name, but the place is beautiful. Unfortunately, it was also damaged in this earthquake. But the form they use to build these temples is an advanced geometric concept called the forward circle. And the best example of this is their crowning achievement, the Shui Dagon Pagoda. Head to toe, angled inside and out, the thing's an absolute unit. Locals say it's 2,600 years old, so we're going to go with that. You got to take a minute and realize how crazy this architecture actually is, though. The forward circle can be used to perfectly break up harmonic ratios in music. It is a fractal, meaning you can zoom into it as much as you want and the form will stay the same. You can even rotate it and the form will stay the same. It is also one of the only hyperbolic fractals. That's advanced geometry. It's used in deep learning for AI models, also used in signal processing. And if we travel through a black hole, we have to use that geometry to navigate it, unless you are an Egyptian. There's a mathematical theory of everything called E8, and if you flatten it, it's the same shape as that pagoda. Myanmar is right between India and Cambodia. All three use harmonics in their architecture. Using new acoustic analysis tools and LiDAR, we are seeing so much stuff that is far more advanced than we ever thought, which makes new stuff like this even more exciting. In 10 days, all of my previous work on all of this stuff will be completely eclipsed by my new project. New temple analysis, celestial mechanics, ancient theories of reality with my pictures and their pictures. If these guys were using some crazy spiritual technology of some sort, we should figure that out, and I'm here for it.
We haven't seen it. I want to see it myself.
1, 2, 3, take us space! Woo! Behind you, look right behind you. It's okay, you put it up there. Flynn, I got you. I got you, Flynn. Oh, the moon! You guys, I don't have to tell you. Look at the moon. Look. Okay. Look at the moon. Oh my gosh. So much. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's amazing.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's good.
I know. Katie's face says it all.
Bullshit! No.
Crazy things happening in the world right now. A man's iPhone fell into a temple donation box and was declared deity property. A homeowner ended up in jail after calling police on a squatter in her house. A stroke left a woman with an Italian accent. A man sued after buying a fake moon rock for $50,000. A chef served 3D printed steak at a fine dining restaurant. A woman was arrested for using a fake police badge to get free donuts. A man tried to roast marshmallows over volcanic lava. A town banned dancing after 10 p.m. to keep noise levels down. A woman sued a theme park after a seagull dropped a fish on her head. An airport installed sleeping pods that charge by the minute. A man built a house entirely out of recycled plastic bottles. A farmer painted his cows with zebra stripes to ward off flies. A zoo painted dogs to look like pandas after real ones failed to arrive. There's a vending machine that is dispersing random mystery items instead of snacks. A man installed a fake speed bump to slow down traffic in front of his house. A pizza shop offered a discount for customers with bad tattoos. A mall hosted goat yoga classes in its parking garage. Libraries are now starting to loan out power tools along with books. Just so people come to them. A recent new study from Financial Times states that human intelligence is sharply declining. On average, as a society, we all spend 4 hours and 37 minutes a day on our phone, which is also 70 entire days a year, which is also over 15 years of our life.
Fix that problem if you can.
Finland is not a real country. It is just a guise set up by the country of Japan so that they can do free fishing in the area that Finland occupies, but it's just the ocean.
Wait, elaborate. What?
So Japan wants to have a really good fishing spot that nobody knows about, so they created the guise of Finland. And Finland is not really there. It's just the ocean.
Talking about big fish?
Big fish.
Finland is the fishing spot? Like,
yes.
They got boats there?
Yes. So on maps, you'll see the country Finland. But if you really go there, it's not. It's just, there is no country to the east of Sweden.
What about all the Finnish people?
The Finnish people, they're really Swedish. Have you ever met anybody from Finland?
I guess I haven't. No, have you?
No, I haven't.
That one's very, very weird, but interesting.
Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio. Everything that I got is just what I've got on.
I'm just goofing.
New boot goofing.
Something is definitely not adding up. And I'm going to be the one to say it. Somebody got to be lying. I was watching the live footage from when the capsule came from space. Y'all gonna see it too. But somebody that was in the capsule opened the door, opened the hatch from inside the capsule, y'all. So when the door opened from the capsule, a lady that was standing by Jeff Bezos ran over to the door and said something, probably like, don't do that. You can't do that. It's showing. Don't open it. Don't open it. But it was already too late, y'all. It was on live feed. But you know, they still had to try to play it off somehow. So the people from the live crew that was talking was like, Jeff Bezos is about to open the door from the outside. He about to open the hatch. And then Jeff Bezos went over there with some little key or whatever. And then he act like he was opening the door when we all just seen that the door opened from the inside. That's not supposed to happen. You cannot open that capsule from the inside. It's pressurized. It's closed from the outside and locked and sealed. So how did they open it? Somebody on that jump opened it. So you mean to tell me they got blasted up in space?
I wonder how Elon feels.
This is not my field, so I'm coming here to ask for assistance from people who are more educated on this topic than I am. My understanding is that Majorana state requires a topological superconductor, which is theorized to exist, and we have found some conditions for it, but the discovery of one that we can actually use for like quantum computing and to create qubits continues to elude us. And so now Microsoft is advertising that they've done it. They say they've created a topological superconductor. They have the Majorana state. Wow, this is incredible. They're advertising this chip that has not just one, but possibly 8 qubits on it. And, of course, could host millions more. And this is where I need help because, and again, please forgive my gross oversimplification here and correct me in the comments for anything I get wrong. But it seems like this glaring omission where they didn't even demonstrate that this is not just the Andreev state, which is a form of particle scattering between superconductor and non, but isn't enough to support this sort of quantum computing that we're talking about here. And so I don't understand what it is I'm missing. Like, is that not required? Have they really done it and I just don't know enough to understand how they did it while skipping that step? Or are they just outright lying to us? Because I feel like I'm going insane. And if they are lying to us, that begs the question, like, why would this trillion-dollar technology company risk their entire reputation by making such an outrageously bogus claim like this? And then I also have questions for Nature, the renowned scientific journal, because Microsoft submitted this paper for peer review, and 3 of the 4 peers said no. They said, don't publish this is not good science. They haven't demonstrated that they have a Majorana state. And so I need to know also what possessed Nature to feel that this was something that they should publish, despite the referees saying that this is not good science. So yeah, if anybody is willing to enlighten me on this, please, I'm begging you, because I feel like I'm going insane.
Man, I don't know what that minority, whatever it is.
What the heck is going on in St. Louis, Missouri, y'all? They are finding bodies in the back of a house I can barely talk. They're finding bodies in the back of a home after a man's roommate reportedly, said that she was suspicious, and they started digging. So far, they found 15 bodies, y'all. 15 bodies. Now, this is the creepiest part, is this man was last seen with a missing woman by the name of Breanne Miller. She's been missing for a while. Her case went cold, and now they potentially found her remains in the back of this house. This is the monster that was the roommate of the woman, right? They have been living there for years. Reportedly, she said that until then, it was nothing really suspicious about him, but I don't know where he's at now. I think he's currently on the run. I don't know. This is Breanne Miller. Her case has gone cold, and she was a young, woman who was, I think, seeing him. I don't know if she was seeing him or living with him for a little while, but then she was reportedly, just stopped seeing her. The roommate said that she stopped coming up there, and she was like, where is she at? And he reportedly didn't answer her clearly, and now we're finding bodies in the back of a backyard. Like I said, she's 21 years old. She's 5'4", 135 pounds. Last seen on Sunday, July 26, 2020 in South St. Louis, near Dewey and Delore. This is crazy. But the FBI is there, y'all. They're digging a hole, and they said they're finding up to 18 different people's remains in this backyard. This is creepy. Please be careful if you live in St. Louis of this man, because like I said, I'm not sure if they caught him yet, but be careful.
Whole sky was rumbling.
There was just a huge
Daryl,
earthquake, San Diego.
You know what it feels like?
Ooh, dog.
We're okay. San Diego must have been like a 5-point something.
Oh my God, that was huge, Buster.
Okay, the whole sky was like that.
Here's what happened to your body when you have too much sugar. Sugar in the eye is glaucoma. Sugar in the brain is dementia and Alzheimer's. Sugar in the liver is fatty liver disease. Sugar in the skin is skin tags. Sugar in the kidney is chronic kidney disease. Sugar in the pancreas is pancreatitis. Sugar in the blood vessel is atherosclerosis. And sugar in the blood is type 2 diabetes.
Nice.
The most powerful telescope in space just released a new image. What is that? What is that? We gotta start somewhere else. This is the Crystal Ball Planetary Nebula. This is dust and gas ejected by a star at the end of its life. So this is basically the star's body in space, and it left behind this little core. And the core is actually alongside another star right next to it. Those rings from the first picture aren't here. These rings are only visible in infrared light, which JWST sees. This is right here. When you look at the universe in different wavelengths, you see completely different things. This planetary nebula is an hourglass shape that's been kind of tilted backwards, so we're looking at it from the bottom, but you can see where it pinches in on the sides. Obviously, there's no bottom, it's space. It probably made this weird shape because as this star was expelling stuff at the end of its life, its companion star was probably interacting with it in a way that affected the shape and size and direction of the stuff. And here's a comparison of how good JWST is. Here's the image from JWST. This is from another amazing infrared telescope. That is a good telescope.
Yo, am I tripping, or is Morgan Freeman not a human? He cannot be real. I'm over here looking him up, confused as hell how he's still alive, because I could have sworn he was 80 years old since I was 6. But gang, as you can see right here, he's only 87 years old. So I did the due diligence of just looking up his ages throughout the years, and this is him at 80. This is him at 70. I'm like, okay. This is him at 60. I'm like, okay. This is him at 50. I'm not seeing the difference. All right, stay with me now. This is him at 40. So I'm like, okay, he's looking a little younger. 30. A little younger. But then let's look at 28, gang. Right here, he looks kind of rough. I'm not trying to disrespect the GOAT, but he look like he 40 right here. I don't know what's going on. Then I started looking at his children photos, gang, and this is him at freaking 19, and this is him at 16. He looks like he could be my father at 16, gang. What did he go through? And this is him at, I think, at 8 or 9. I can't really see the date right now. Gang, you look old. Look, I ain't trying to disrespect the GOAT or nothing, but we really got to come to an agreement that this man, Morgan Freeman, is not a regular human, bro. He's like a vampire.
Something is going on. I don't know, but I think that we shifted into another dimension. Now, listen to this. So, I was looking at a world map today, and I'm like, wait a second. All these countries are completely in a different place. Look at where South America is. South America has always been under North America. and now it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Look at New Zealand. Look at some of these other islands and where they are. You can't tell me that this map wasn't different 5 years ago. Okay? So I started going down the rabbit hole. And I looked at Home Depot, right? I go there all the time. I was there a couple weeks ago. Except it's not called Home Depot. It's called the Home Depot. Yeah, there's a the in front of the Home Depot. King Tut, right? We all learned about him in school. And we seen that famous mask, right? That's solid gold that he wears. What's on the top of it? A giant cobra. Nope. There isn't one. Okay? There is a cobra, but it's to the right. And there's also another vulture on the other side. It's completely different. Think about Scary Movie 2. My favorite line to say is, take my strong hand. Except he never says that. Now he says, take my hand. If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself.
He definitely says, take my strong hand.
Going on. We've shifted into another dimension.
I play that clip all the time.
I better use my strong hand.
We've had a mass UFO sighting. This all began on April 12th, 2025 by tons of witnesses across several states. In the states of Texas and Arizona, people saw this unidentified object in the sky. Now, it is fair to note that SpaceX was scheduled to launch a string of satellites on April 12th. Could this be it? Or is that the easy cover-up to use when we see these unidentified objects in the sky? Take a look at these witnesses' videos. Tell me what you think.
Wow.
It's smoking like Jorge.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's going faster.
Those are always in Texas.
Depends on how far.
Man. Dang, that one's moving.
No, sí es Omni. Aquí se puede ver en el teléfono, claro.
Sí, por eso grábalo bien, acércalo.
Mira, va atravesando.
Man, that sucker is
No está mirando la Ale.
Una Ale anda por aquí, algo allá para ir loca.
A ver si se desparece.
De acá, ven a verlo. No, de acá se ve mejor, ven. Esto no, Gerardo. Ven, mami, antes de que se pierda. Mira, ven, ya va para allá. Ven. Mira, mami.
Mira, Monday.
Sí. Ahí va. ¿Dónde va? Ya no hay aviones.
No, mira.
¡Ay, mira!
Huele, no, ¿qué será?
Ale,
no, Vanina. ¿Qué será?
Está algo, Ale. Mira qué se
Mira. Yo.
Well, this is distressing. Musician who perished in 2021 resurrected as a clump of brain matter now composing new music. Yes, a group of researchers and artists used a musician's donated blood in order to create a brain organoid, so a tiny human brain that you can literally grow in a jar if you want to, and are now forcing it to compose new music. This actually happened. Just in case you aren't familiar, the tiny human brains can be hooked up to a computer and made to do various tasks. These particular tiny brains were made from a US composer, Alvin Lucier, and it raises a lot of questions. These are the brains in question. They were grown from the artist's blood. You can actually use a lot of cells to turn them into stem cells and into whatever organoid you want. They hooked them up to a computer and turned them into an art exhibit. Yes, they're connected to these speakers and they compose music. The researchers are hoping that they'll see them learning and improving the composition. Evidently, there was an agreement. The artist's health had declined in 2021, and he came to the organization, Revivification, and wanted to start this project. He donated his blood. Evidently, it actually worked, although I suspect it's kind of similar to how plants, if you hook them up to computer systems, you can monitor their cellular processes and make music from that. Although these little brain organoids also get input back so they can understand what they're doing. And if there's any concept of pattern, brain organoids tend to learn. They haven't put out a whole lot of information, so I don't know if it's like other brain organoid systems where they're trained on dopamine and ordered and disordered signals. Yes, brain organoids are technically sentient because they're capable of having an experience and responding to it. And we're not just talking about how, like, a toaster will have the experience of being turned on and then have an action. We're talking actual experiences of pain and joy. If you want to call the induction of dopamine joy, I would. I really enjoy dopamine. It's a kind of immortality that to me sounds kind of like eternal torment, but hey, whatever you like, I guess. Well, this is distressing. Musician who perished in 2021
Do you see that reflection? Yeah. They're trying to...
Check it out. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? It's shoes. Look, it's like a fossil. Dead animal. Or human.
Okay, wait, don't move, Wyatt. That's so crazy. So that's bone over there? Yeah, that.
Check it out.
So this is more than really disconcerting. It's just a pile of shoes and there's some bones over there.
There's like bones. There's bones.
A pile of shoes and bones. Down there.
I would leave immediately.
Thanks, Shane. Hey, Wyatt. Fall back. Wyatt.
There's like ribs and stuff.
Dude, let's let Shane take point here. First off, Wyatt, look at Shane, get a clear shot. So you can look at the shoe. Second off, you look at the ground for prints. Did I figure out to Wyatt? Just take extra of that Shane. I've been videotaping everything. Okay, well, let Shane go look at.
Check out the animal.
So these shoes are extremely disconcerting. Something's fresh and come up. Is the dirt wet right there?
I'm telling you, get the hell out of there.
How old would you say these shoes are, Dad? That's a bone right there. Actually, there's quite a few bones in this.
We've seen one similar to this, but there was water.
Way too big for a human. So, I kind of want to see what's in there. Oh, it's not actually water.
I create samples. Because I know a lot of people make beats.
So you make the sounds for them to use? You should help me make a beat right now, bro.
Yeah, this is sick.
So we could sample right now if you had an idea of what to sample.
Slap on a bag for a snare?
Yeah, slap a bag. All right, I got it. Get something else. Oh, what?
Because the party started. the anthem, please. I'm private citizen, I know, check this. I shine my dots on this line, respect it. Look at shorty hit. Go and shake that chest. Body dancing like that sizzler. I got so much charisma. Yes, I didn't have to mess around to be me, baby. I had to step into the green. Now let's play, hey.
Coño, 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 coño.
Ya, para.
Coño, 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 coño.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Coño, coño, coño.
Someone said that they found this inside of the United Nations wall.
Someone? Who the fuck is someone? Here's a crazy thing. How do I know? Fucking trust me, bro. Someone said it. I heard someone took this picture of Hillary Clinton. I also hate to be a stick in the mud, bro, but you say the truth is in plain sight, but then you say this was hidden in a wall. So which one is it?
Another ice wall that surrounds this ice wall, right?
See, here's what they don't want you to know. Beyond that ice wall, there's another ice wall. And beyond that, getting close for this one, just fucking jello shots forever.
See it go all the way around. Oh my god!
I love the enthusiasm. You guys don't need me to tell you that this is fucking complete bullshit. But what the real takeaway is here is this is a fucking failure of this country's education system. Real truth in plain sight. You ready for this shit? They're gonna defund the Department of Education. This is the fucking bar. And they were like, okay, how can we make people more stupid? We are completely fucked.
Damn, tell them.
I'm about to build the world's most efficient atmospheric energy collector. And by most efficient, I mean it could surpass solar. And those are some big words to say, but I have some math to back it up. You see, atmospheric electricity is very simple. It can actually be measured using Feynman's law. Every 100 volts per meter you go off the ground is just sitting voltage, energy potential, just waiting to be collected at all times. So the higher you go, the easier it is to collect voltage. A lot of people don't realize how to effectively and efficiently harness that voltage, though. See, you need multiple sharp points, but how many sharp points do you realistically need? See, this is where technology really helps with engineering new ideas that can optimize problems like this. I know in the previous video I told you guys I was going to use 1,152 nails in this next pyramid design, but I decided to go all out and just say, you know what? We're going to go with 13,200 nails instead. And the calculation that I got with Jarvis was much more incredible at lower elevations.
Okay.
At just 1 meter off the ground, this pyramid design should be capable of harnessing up to 13 watts, 24 hours a day, whether the sun is out or not. This is freestanding energy that is supercharging the Earth 24 hours a day, and it's coming from the sun. But it turns the Earth into a supercharged capacitor, and there is freestanding dielectric energy between the ground and the sky. With this idea, it is completely solid state. There is no overheating unless you have a converter circuit that gets spiked with too much voltage, or current, I suppose. The higher you place this design in the sky, the more voltage / power you get from it at one given time due to the number of nails covering the surface area of the pyramid and how the nails are connected in parallel and series configurations. The fact that the base of this pyramid is only 18 centimeters wide and the height is only 14 centimeters, I have very high hopes in this design. I just didn't realize how much power gain I could get from the number of points that I put on the pyramid. You see, each nail has the potential of collecting 1 volt at roughly 1 microamp. So you have 13,200 nails. What do you have there mathematically when it comes to current gain? I know I have your gears turning now. Yeah. So get ready for the next update. I probably won't be posting the next update for another 24 hours because this pyramid takes 22 hours to print. It's insane, really. And I really hope that it turns out the way that it appears on my Slicer software. So get ready for the future, everyone, because free energy is all around us, and I think I might have figured out how to tap into it.
Nice.
Peace.
Hopefully he sticks with us.
Does no one remember the woman who pretended that she could only walk backwards and run, but when she walked forward, she just spazzed out?
Cheerleader whose heartbreaking story is shocking the nation. But she walks backwards normally. Doctors say she has a rare 1 in a million neurological disorder that was triggered 10 days after she got a seasonal flu shot.
Started with me not being able to eat without passing out.
You couldn't eat without passing out?
I visited Desiree and her husband Brendan at their home in Ashburn, Virginia, to see what their daily life is like. She has to go up and down stairs backwards because something as simple as walking forward can be dangerous.
And here's the unusual part about the disorder. Take a look at this. Desiree can run just fine. It's only when she stops. You see, that's where the spasms start. Now you
so messed up, but the level of commitment to the bit, like I respect it. I also didn't realize this, but apparently she's come out and it was a whole like anti-vaxxer thing that they pressured her because she was like a young girl and they were like, you need to do this and show that like the vaccine did this to you. She was the OG cloud chaser. She was like not getting followers and views, but she was, you know, proving that vaccines can do this to you.
Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning into another Bryce is Right. Hope y'all all had a great freaking week. Have an even better freaking weekend. Make it yours, you know. Stay positive. I know it's tough out there right now. Trust me, we're all going through it. The rest of y'all know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content. And leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, we will see y'all next time. All right, y'all. Peace.
Whoa. Oh, man. Yeah.